Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you are in the world. My name is Josh, and I'm here today to explain my fundraiser. I want to break down step by step in detail exactly what the ultimate goal of my fundraiser will be and why I've changed the ultimate goal of it. Um, since my last video where I just went to a complete emotional meltdown. Well, I since then have made some calls. Me and my good friend, my neighbor over there, who's well, she's become a very good friend now. We've made some calls. We've made some plans, and well, we're gonna get some of the bills pushed back for a little while, and I've managed to secure a job interview in the next 1 or 2 days. I don't know if I'll actually get the job. I'm very much hoping so. Um, but yeah, I would still like to keep this fundraiser going, regardless if I get the job or not. Mostly because I could really use the extra help. Yes, the ultimate goal will still be the 40,000 to pay my mortgage, and yeah, I don't know how much another car would cost, but ultimately I would like to get my license and be able to get another car, a used car, somewhere between the years 2010 and 2015. That way I can become a delivery guy again, and I can, cause I used to be a delivery guy a long time ago. Uh, but yeah, that was under different circumstances though. But yeah, what I need to do is be able to get some type of car, mostly so I can get, well, both because I need transportation. That if I get this job, I can be able to get from my house to the job and back, and also be able to do maybe like DoorDash or Walmart or whatever on the side, just so I can cover my utilities. Right now, we're planning on, well, once I get my father's death certificate, what we're gonna do is try to, well, we're gonna try to get them, well, we're gonna call a mortgage company, and hopefully they will push back the mortgage for at least another month at least until I can get it fully in my name. Um, I'm hoping before probate, I hope I can maybe apply for a forbearance. I hope. I'm really hoping. Uh, but yeah, if I can do that, it'll push back the mortgage for at least a year. Um, but yeah, here's what I've done so far. I've adjusted the goal instead of an all-time ultimate goal of $50,000. I've now broken it down to, well, since all my utilities all together come down to $300 a month. I would like some assistance, some aid in paying off some of my utilities for at least, well, temporarily until I can save enough money should I get this job. But yeah, because right now we're trying to get some help. If I manage to secure some help from some organizations, which I'm gonna try to do tomorrow, um, that should take care of some of my utilities for at least a month. But what I would like to do is ask for just a little bit of aid temporarily. An extra 300 a month basically would help me pay off my utilities for at least, well, when I have to pay it off again in June, that would help me with June. And if I can keep it going little by little, then yeah, it would help me through the summer months. Uh, I could probably, the APS, not the yeah, the electrical, that might, that could be, I might be able to hold off on that for a little while because they can't turn it off in the summer months. Although I still have to pay at least a little bit to ensure it stays that way. Although I know it's going to keep compounding, I know. But like I said, if I manage to get this job, I can be able to secure an income at some point, hopefully. But yeah, anything anyone out there can give to the fundraiser that would be extra to be able to ensure I can pay my utilities off until I can figure out the mortgage and probate. Probate, my neighbor's gonna be helping me with that, so that's no longer a problem. Um, Other than that, yeah, uh, yeah, I would still like to try to pay off that mortgage. I mean, the entire mortgage is 40,000 with the balloon payment, right? But the thing is, though, the balloon payment isn't due until at least 2030. So, in the meantime, all I'll really need is 30,000 basically. But yeah, I know it's still a lot. I'm hoping to work up to that. So, yeah. So even if I manage to secure myself an income with a job, basically, I would still appreciate a little bit of help, so I can use this as my savings towards being able to eventually pay off my mortgage, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. That way, I don't have to worry about being homeless or being kicked out of my house or anything. Because right now, it's a lot cheaper if I stay here than try to sell off the house and rent somewhere else. Because right now, everywhere else is between $2,000 and $4,000 in my state. I mean, and that's not even including utilities. I still have to pay for utilities. That's the problem. Look, I'm not trying to e-beg. I know there are a lot of scams out there, but I truly need the help. I mean, my father is gone. Yeah, I mean, I tried to secure an income for myself when he was still alive. It was very hard to find a job, and there's no guarantee I'll get this job. I mean, it's just an interview. So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, I've broken it down to if I can get a little bit of help, at least 300, an extra 300 a month. Then yeah, I think I'll be okay then. But yeah, because the mortgage is about 600 a month. Well, it's 628 a month, but yeah, it's a lot cheaper than trying to rent an apartment or somebody's house or some Airbnb for $5,000 a month. Because in my area, that's about how much it costs. I can't do extended stay hotels. Those are way out on the other side of the city somewhere. I mean, out in industrial areas. And, it's just as much as renting an apartment. I mean, they jacked it up ever since they found out that people are doing that or living in hotel rooms. They've jacked up the damn price. I mean, I've looked everywhere. So yeah, it'll be just a lot cheaper just staying here. At least then, if I can freeze the mortgage for a little while, give myself some room and some space, I can be able to pay off my utilities and be able to actually be able to live here. So yeah, but yeah, I still need a lot of help though. And I really do miss my father. I know. I'm a grown man. I should be able to take care of myself. I agree. I should be able to. I want to. I used to. I used to work all the time. I used to work 3.5 jobs. I used to be a delivery guy. I used to be a Salvation Army. You know those guys doing the bell ringing like every Christmas? I used to do that. They used to supplement my income throughout like half of the next year because that would secure me for like 6 months usually, 9 months basically. If I was really really cheap, and I tried to live as cheaply as I could up until my mother started getting sick. That's basically what started driving me into poverty basically because I had to. Yeah, I had to buy a lot of things for her to make sure she could get around, and uh, we couldn't get any assistance for her. The special diet her doctor put her on, so I had to. Yeah, I had to spend a lot of money to make sure and try to keep her healthy. It was very hard. It was very hard doing that. And right now, it's just me living here. I'm just trying to hold on to everything I have. I mean, the third job I used to have, those were just usually temporary jobs. Usually, I usually took wherever I could get. I used to work like in old warehouses. Like I worked for this one company once who rented a warehouse. Um, they had us packing like I thought what I thought were MREs at the time, but it turned out it was like giant packets of soap, like giant bars of soap you have to break down. Yeah, I thought it was like a giant MRE. I asked exactly what exactly were we packing. They said it was a giant bag of soap, and yeah, there was like toiletries, things like that. Yeah, they said it was going to like hurricane victims, although it was a weird company to work for because they rented a warehouse with no electricity, and I mean, it was weird. But I worked for them for like 2 3 years basically, on and off basically because it was mostly just seasonal work. So yeah, they used to pay about I think like $200 like that for that entire month. It was only 2 weeks worth of work, but it was money. I took what I could get back then. I also used to work at a church as a janitor. Um, but yeah, the company I used to work for when I was a delivery guy, they no longer exist. They went out of business around 2020. So yeah, so that's very hard to prove that I was actually a delivery guy because I read that once something goes out of business, it's very hard to find the records, and it's been like years. But yeah, right now I'm just trying to do what I can to hang on here to everything I have. I might try to do some streams to get this out there. I don't know when or if I'll ever try to be the fat cat again or try to do VTubing again. I don't know. I tried to become a VTuber. I after what happened, I'm I'm just too emotional right now to be the fat cat. Yeah, I mean, uh, yeah, but yeah, I would appreciate it, guys, if anybody listening, if you guys can help in any way at all. I mean, I on on Rumble, I have my personal email address on there. Where I'm posting this video both on YouTube and on Rumble. So yeah, you'll see my personal email address on there. So yeah, I could probably write it out on here. But yeah, that's where you can contact me. Otaku exhumed at proton.me. I mean, if you think you can help in any way other than monetary means, or if even if you just have a job offer, I'll gladly accept. I mean, I know you don't know what state I'm in, but yeah, I don't know. Let's just say what state I'm in, but yeah, I can tell you privately. But yeah, if you want to contact me privately, that's my direct email. Job offers, donations, anything, any kind of help, I'll take. So yeah, well, that's all I got for right now. I'll appreciate any kind of help. I love you guys out there. I hope I can get through this.